Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, I'll be finishing the bank by adding a check writing desk and maybe a few decor items to the wall. So let's get right into it. I'm making my desk by using foam board and paperboard. And you can make this with just foam board or multiple layers of the paperboard, but I didn't want to have to cut out that many pieces, so this saves me time. And for each piece that I'm making, I will sandwich the foam board between the paperboard like this. And that just gives the outside a really nice finish to paint. So for the top piece of my desk, my foam board and my two paperboard pieces are cut to 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. For my back panel, I have one piece of foam board and two pieces of paperboard, and they are cut to 2.5 by 2 inches. My desk will have a little cubby, and I have one piece of foam board and two pieces of paperboard, and they are cut to 2.5 by 2.5 inches. For my support bar, I have one piece of foam board and two pieces of paperboard, each cut to 2.5 by 1/2 inch. For my side panels, I have two pieces of foam board and four pieces of paperboard, each cut to 8 inches by 3 inches by 7 inches by 3 inches. And I have several strips of paperboard cut to 1/4 inch thickness, and this is to help clean up the edges of my desk. You can use whatever type of glue you like for this project, but I think I'm going to go with the Mod Podge and the hot glue. I'm going to use the Mod Podge to sandwich my foam board between the paperboard. I just think the Mod Podge will give me a stronger hold. So I'm going to do that right now. So the piece for the cubbyhole shelf is glued together. You can see the foam board sandwiched between the paperboard. And now I'm going to do the other pieces the same way. So these pieces are all finished. You can see the foam board and paperboard is glued together. And the glue is dry. So now I can start covering the edges with my strips. Like this. And that'll just clean up the sides. And I know not all of the sides will be seen, so I'll figure it out as I go along and see which ones need to be covered. I know for sure all four sides of the top piece will need to be covered. I covered all of the sides that were going to be seen, so for the top piece, I covered all four sides. For the back panel, I only needed to cover one of the sides that was 2.5 inches long, and I left the other ones uncovered. The piece for the cubby hole only needed one piece covered, and it doesn't matter on this one which side because all of the sides are 2.5 inches. So just pick one and leave the other ones uncovered. For the smaller support piece, I covered the long sides, the front and the back, and I left the two shorter sides uncovered. For the side panel, I didn't have to cover this part because you can see it's cut at an angle, and the top will sit on this, so you won't see this exposed foam board, but I did cover this edge, the bottom, and the back, and I did that on both of these. Now we can start gluing all of these pieces together. You're going to take one of your side pieces and the back panel, and this longer side, when you get up to the top here and you see where the angle is, this is the very top of the desk, and you're going to match the top of the back panel to that, like this, and glue that in place. Make sure that the part that you covered on this bottom edge of the back panel is facing down. So these two pieces are glued together. Now I can take the piece that's for the cubby hole, and I want to make sure the edge that's covered is facing me. So when you look at it like this, the covered edge is facing out, and we want this to sit right on top of the back panel and against the side wall here. So it'll get glued in like this. So the cubby shelf is glued in place, and now I can take my little support piece and glue it at the bottom. I measured up 1 inch and centered it, and I'm going to just glue this in place here. Now we can take our other side panel, and this is the longer side, so that's going to be towards the back, and I'm going to lean it up like this and glue it into place. Now I can add on the top, and if I measured everything correctly, I should have 1/4 of an inch of an overhang on all sides. So at the top, there should be 1/4 of an inch in the front and the back, and on the sides, there should be 1/4 of an inch overhang. So that looks pretty good. Here's all the pieces together for a check writing desk, and it looks pretty good. So I think this is going to be sturdy enough to last a while. I realized I needed a stopper of some sort to keep the paper and pens from rolling off the desk, and I have this thin dowel rod, so I cut it to 3.5 inches long, and it's going to go across like this. So I'm going to glue that in place. So I have the dowel rod glued in place. Next, I'm going to cover the desk with a coat of gesso, and you can completely skip this step if you want to and go right into painting, but I love the finish that this gives, and it helps to seal your projects. On the back here, it says prime, seals, and stiffens art surfaces, so this is perfect for when I'm working with foam board, and you can find this brand at Walmart. So my gesso is almost dry, and I just did a thin layer, and I like how it helps to fill in some of the gaps. And down here, I realized I did not glue this together the best, but I think it'll be okay. Once I paint it, I don't think it will be as noticeable. So once this completely dries, I'll go in with my first layer of paint. The layer of gesso is completely dry, and now I'm going to go in with my brown paint, and this is from the Dollar Tree, and the color is deep brown. I have the first coat of brown paint on. Once it's dry, I'll be able to tell if I need to add a second coat. And right now, looking at the desk, it's very much reminding me of the podium I made for my church. And if I would have been thinking, I could have just taken the measurements from the church podium and made this desk, and that would have saved me a lot of time measuring things. While the desk is drying, I'm going to make a pin to attach to the desk. So I took a toothpick, I painted half of it black, and I also sand down the tip a little bit, and sorry about the paint on my fingers. So I'm going to cut this part off, and that'll serve as our ink pen. And in this earring kit, I don't know if you can see these little pieces. I'm going to take one out and show it to you. I'm going to use this piece out of the earring kit to make the base of the chain that holds the pen down. I don't have any gold or silver chain that is the correct size, but I do have these faux light bulbs that is on silver string, and I think that can work. So I have my string, and I left one of the pieces that was attached to the light bulbs on, and I'm hoping I can take my toothpick and stick it inside of that. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I'll glue that in place, and I did chip it a little bit, but I think it'll still work. So here's my ink pen on a chain. I attached the gold piece to the end. I do wish I had a silver one. If I find one, I might just switch that out. But this is going to be glued down onto the check desk like this. Okay, change of plans. This is just bothering me that this piece and this piece aren't matching. I would like for them both to be gold, but since I don't have this part in gold, I'm just going to take another one of these silver pieces and put it on this end. Before we put the check writing desk in the bank, let's add a couple of signs. I love the finished check writing desk. I think it came out great, and I did try it over by the vault, but it looks better over on this side close to the door. And if you're wondering why I didn't paint the desk the same as the teller booth, I wanted the bank to tell a story. In my story, the bank teller booth is the oldest item in the building. Maybe it's from the original building, and it was built in the late 1800s. Around the 1920s, they upgraded the floors and the wall with a more Art Deco style. And maybe in the 1960s, they went with a more modern looking check writing desk. So my friends, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.